Somebody's had one notepad. Hey, Matt. Yes, thank you. I've already had one today, and I'm still thirsty. Is that right? Mine must be very good. It's 4 liters. Thank you. Hey, this book's got everything in it. Next level first. Follow out that. What's that? Sushi in the fridge for camera. Oh, nice. You're a very good girlfriend.
I forgot to eat it this afternoon, like 5 minutes and all that.
You forgot to eat. I don't get that concept.
Obviously, first of all, welcome. This is my humble abode. If everyone's hot and sweaty, I'll try and open this. But first of all, thank you for coming on a Wednesday night. I know some of us are missing home and away and shit like that. So again, I appreciate you being here. Obviously, we're here to show you something. We're not here for you guys that are new. We're not here to sell you or probe you into doing something. We're just here to show you something that is currently working. Because at the end of the day, if your parents are still working, their plan probably doesn't work. But just to fill you in a little bit about myself, I've been doing Your Health now for a little bit over 12 months. Before that was a PT, just at Morva Healthworks, grinding away, counting 1 to 10, telling how good they are, telling how sexy they look in their new Lorna Jane. That was my role, that was my job. Loved what I did, don't get me wrong. Still do the occasional PT sessions, but to me, it just wasn't something that I could align my highest values with. Whether it be, to me, it was all about time freedom for me, and it was all about living a life of choices as such. I'm not here to preach that money buys happiness, but would we all agree that lack of money does cause a lot of sadness? Yeah. Agree? Yeah. Yep. So that was kind of my idea. PT, yes, was fun, but it's not going to get me from A to where I wanted to be. So I needed a vehicle, I needed a platform to get me there. I don't have $100,000 in the bank to go invest in property. I don't have 50 grand to go start my own corner shop on a business and then deal with all the overhead bullshit and all the 15-year-old staff. I don't have that. I want to run a business, but at the same time, I don't want to risk it all. That makes sense? You guys gel with that? Yeah. So I had a plan. That plan to own my own gym failed. So I'm sure we've all been on an endeavor before, whether it be business or products, business or anything to do with health, and it hasn't gone the way you planned yet. Who's had a plan 2 years ago, where do they want to be in 2 years, and they're not currently there? Yeah. Most of us have. So that was kind of me. I was lost. So I needed a vehicle to get there. And I was fortunate enough to meet Dave Nelson. Funny story, I just scrolled through Facebook one day, as we all do. He said, watch this video, and it all made sense. It just made sense to me. I wasn't one of those ones that, you hear, oh, this is a pyramid thing, man, or these things don't work. I wasn't one of them. To me, it made sense. I sat down with Dave. I wasn't expecting the bloke I met. I was expecting an arrogant motherfucker, but he actually turned out to be a good bloke, which was a surprise. And he sat me down, explained it to me, and explained how this business works and how it's basically a big team environment. And that's what kind of got me excited, was I have the ability to affect people indirectly. That was my biggest thing, because PT, I can only help that one person. I'm trading my time for that hour. I can only help that one person. So that was my biggest thing. I've got the ability to help people indirectly and globally as well. So that was my biggest thing. So we're not here tonight to hear from me. We're here tonight to hear from Dave. He doesn't venture up this way too often. I don't need to go into too much detail, but he's basically done it all in his business. He's written a book on network marketing, published author. He's made over $1.5 million in 3 years through this platform. I'm not too sure how you guys are going with your jobs, but I know PT wasn't going to make me 1.5 million in 3 years. So he's there, he's done it all. But to me, it was finding a decent bloke in business. It's pretty hard these days to not find someone who's arrogant, who doesn't give a shit about you and just a dollar that goes into their pocket. So once I met this guy and he simplified everything for me, that's when I knew, this thing's about to take off. This thing's about to thrive. So we're going to hear from Dave exactly what he's done to build his business. Together that he's making close to $60,000 a month residual income. He works from home. He doesn't wake up to an alarm clock. He gets to travel the world. He just got back from Miami in Sweden on a business trip. So he's got a life we all want. So please zone in. Zone into what he's got to say. It's very, very rare you get free advice from a millionaire. So zone in. This is how this business works. There's nothing else to it. And then afterwards, he's going to hang around for 15, 20 minutes before we all go grab something to eat, and you're more than welcome to join us all there. So can we all please welcome up Dave Nelson?
All right. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Who's brand new tonight? Hasn't seen anything in your health? 1, 2. What have you guys all said? Oh, you guys are all from Hubby Bay, yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, I know there's a couple of new ones, so I'm going to try and do an in-between training and presentation. Don't know how that's going to go, but hopefully you guys get something out of it. But all business. What is a business in business to do? Yeah, a little bit more detail. Yeah, it needs to make money, but money's the byproduct of what the business does.
Solves problems.
Solves problems. There we go. All right, so let's look. It gets you from the problem, which we call point A, and gets you to what's the opposite of problem? Solution. Point B. Okay. So let's look at we offer two sides to our business. We offer products and we offer business opportunity. Okay. Every company in the world works like that, except they don't offer you a business opportunity, partner to earn profits. They only give you the opportunity to earn a wage. Okay, which is limited. Okay, peanuts. Okay, they don't give you an opportunity to work on mass scale production. Okay, so let's go back to first thing. Selling a product. Where are most people at with their health? The average Western society.
Pretty average. Under poor, probably.
Okay, what percentage of people do we think are overweight now?
70 or something.
How many people struggle with their weight? Probably 70. And then even at that 30, everyone still wants to be a bit leaner. Yeah. Okay. Everyone, we always want to be that little bit leaner. Okay. Always want those abs for the selfie stick. Bright lighting, that would be good down like that. Shane's already been eyeing that up. He knows all the right angles around the house. And these girls got the tattoo. But sorry guys, that's why I don't have many girls in my business. But yeah, so everyone wants to get a little bit leaner. Okay. So we've got something that can help there. How many people out of 100 do you think struggle with their energy? 95? Okay. You know, most people have to have 4 coffees to get them through to lunchtime, or Red Bull, whatever it may be. Okay, struggle to get out of bed. Okay, we've got a pretty good product for that. Okay, you can go through every health issue. It's a high percentage. So people are the greater of society is struggling with their health. Okay, on more than one level generally. Generally, a big percentage of people have digestion problems, sleep problems, immune problems, energy problems, weight problems, skin problems, whatever it may be. Okay, it's all just from what you are what you eat. You heard that? Okay, so that's what we do. Now, why isn't everyone healthy? Why are we having these problems? Did cavemen have all these problems?
No.
Probably not.
Processed shit.
Processed food. Okay, yep.
Lack of nutrients.
Lack of nutrients. Yeah. So basically, what percentage of people do you think eat enough fruit and vegetables? It's about 5. Okay, so only 5% probably even chance at having some good health. But what's the problem with this 5%? They're eating fruit and vegetables that's lost. That's probably only got about 5% of its nutritional value in it than cavemen had. Okay, so you see the problem. It's very hard to play at your best when you don't have all the nutrition in your body. And what Your Health does is really simple. We're not selling people some magic cactus juice or some magic ingredient from the bottom of the barrier reef. Okay, this is all science 101. And when people go, oh, I think I need to do research. Like, what do you want to research? Do you really need to research that the human body needs minerals and vitamins? No. Okay. What does your body need? Do you need to go to a doctor to say, does my body need antioxidants? Okay, no, these things are already proven. We're not coming out with some new magic philosophy. What we have got, in my opinion, is the best package sets that I've seen on the market, which is actually what attracted me to the business. Because I'm like, why hasn't anyone put all this product, all the essentials that your body needs together in one set before? So in a set of products, you're getting all the stuff that should be in our food. Enzymes, probiotics, fiber, minerals, vitamins, antioxidants, proteins. Okay, that's all the stuff that our body needs. And it's pretty much what that food has none of. Okay, instead, what does it have? Fats, sugars, chemicals, stuff that's real good for us. So your health's just bridging the gap. Okay, why else is it good? And you always get that PT with no life and expects everyone else to have no life too. To say, oh, but you should eat all raw, organic, this. That may be true, you should. We should do a lot of things, okay? But we don't, okay? People shouldn't lie, cheat, and steal, but they do, okay? So it's great in theory, and I actually agree with some of these nutritionists and whatever. It's a great theory you got there, not quite working too well. We just figured out statistics that plan ain't working. So when a plan ain't working, I'm not saying go live on McDonald's and just take the super greens. I tried that for a while, got a bit sick. I seriously did. I tried the pizza diet. I had a pizza at lunch every day post-workout. I'm like, it's all in my macros. I'm sweet. Pump my vitamins, greens, and I got a virus. So I'm like, that doesn't work. Okay, so definitely not recommending that. But what we are saying is we're going to bridge the gap. We're just taking some basic products, 4 or 5 products a day to give you everything your body needs. And that's a big word. Need is a big word, and it wants it. Okay, it wants it, needs it. Okay, no doctor can deny that your body can run well without minerals, vitamins, enzymes, fiber. So we've got a pretty good solution, to get people feeling good, dropping a bit of weight, feeling, sleeping better, digesting better. And when you actually feed your body everything it needs, it's amazing what the human body starts to do. Because the human body is a magnificent machine when it's fed properly. It should fight off all disease, illness. It should be full of energy, lean, strong, all the above. Okay? Because that's what apparently caveman was, allegedly. So that's what we do. We help get people from A to B. So the biggest problem people have when they're doing this business is we feel like a salesperson. I don't want to pester my friends. Well, if you're pestering your friends, it's because you're not helping them get from A to B. No one wants super greens, probiotics, or fiber. Okay? It doesn't taste that good, doesn't look that good, doesn't get you high, doesn't make you feel all silly like alcohol. It ain't that good. We don't want that. But what we do want is the elimination of pain and the gain. So that's what you have to talk to people about. Okay? You start talking to people in those language, and magically, it's not selling. Okay? Selling is the connotation of selling is I'm going to push something on someone that they don't want. Okay, but if you had a cure for cancer and your brother had a cure for, I don't even know what a cancer, someone had melanoma. Okay, you had a cure for melanoma and your friend's got melanoma, are you going to give it to them, or is that selling?
Yes.
You're going to give it to them. I don't want to sell. You probably do want to sell because that's how your friend's going to be okay. That's the evolution of life, is selling. People adding value, establishing, giving solutions to the world's problems. That's how we are meant to be evolving as a species. I'm not probably going that well, but we're getting there. Okay, so that's the product side. You start speaking in this language to people and start talking about waking up with energy, long-lasting energy, sleeping well, digesting well, feeling good, dropping weight, recovering in the gym faster. These are all things that people want. True? Yeah. Anyone want to get sicker? A few more viruses a week because we just love being at home. Everybody knows. No. Okay. Anyone want less energy? Just bit more tired all day? No. Okay, so no one wants to be fatter, no one wants to be slow. So we've got to play it. Yeah, that's the language you have to use. And when you start talking to people in their highest values, because everyone values health, okay, it just becomes more apparent as we go older and the problems become worse. Okay, we've got a pretty good thing. On the business side, where are most people at financially?
Probably lying.
What percentage of your friends have 10 grand in their bank account?
Probably 0.
That's called living below the poverty line, okay? But that's the majority of people. Why is that? Why has no one got 10 grand in the bank? Simple maths. They spend more than they earn, okay? And unfortunately, for most people, living expenses in Australia are becoming so high, and our wages aren't getting any higher. Okay, why aren't wages getting any higher? Shouldn't they grow with inflation? Why would income not be growing anymore?
Just outsourcing technology.
To keep us down on the same level that we're always at.
That's some deep philosophical stuff that is true, but I won't go into that tonight. You're right. The big dogs upstairs, the bankers, the governments do not want you rich. They want you in debt to them, paying high interest till the day you die. Okay, that's how the government sustains itself. The government's already broke, so imagine you making money, they have a few problems. Okay, so yes, the reason is there's a shortage of jobs. Meaning, when there's more people going for the one job, let's just say you're an employer, you own your own, coffee shop. Okay, and the going rate's $20. pretty expensive for a waiter. I haven't waited for a while, so I don't know if that's still a going rate, but it sounds expensive to me. If you've got 25 people willing to do the work, applying for one job, what are you going to do to that wage? Are you still going to pay it at $20?
No.
Probably not. You're going to be, because let's just think how all business people think, and this is how your boss thinks. Why would I pay this fucker 20 when I can probably get 15 out of it? Adds up over time. That's how our employees think. And it's not because your boss is a bad person. I'm not here tonight to tell you your boss is just a money-making shark. If he doesn't do that, he's not going to compete with the coffee shop down the road that can sell their coffee at 50 cents cheaper. It's a dog-eat-dog world right now. And that's why the CEOs are making more money than ever before, because they don't have to pay staff, because they're cutting staff, they're outsourcing, they don't want to give you a job, because they don't want to pay you super. For you females, they don't want to pay you maternity leave. That's just how it is. Okay? It's a sad truth. They're not allowed to not hire you because you're female, but that's happening. Okay, so this is why people are struggling more and more. It's only going to get worse and worse because 50% of jobs are predicted to vanish in the next 10 years. So how do you think people's problems are? They're going to get better or worse? Worse. Okay. So the solution, the cause of the problem is not the solution to the problem. Everyone goes, I need a new job. What's that going to? Same action, same problem. The only way that we're going to earn more money is if we create leverage. Because if you're just trading your time for money, you're always going to have limited income. You can only earn what you do. And unless you want a thing called a life, okay, you can only work about 40 to 50 hours worth of money. And that way it's getting worth less and less, unfortunately. So you've got to create a way to create leverage. Okay, what are some ways in the world people create leverage and create wealth? Stock market.
Investing.
Property. What's wrong with all those three?
Yeah, money to start with.
You need big money. Okay, you want to go speak to a financial planner about stocks, he's probably going to say, if you don't have 30 grand, don't waste your time. If it's someone that's actually worth working with, that's what they generally say to you. So that's what they said to me. And for me back then, 30 grand was like 2 years' work, okay, if I spent nothing. So that's a big problem. Property, got to spend big money. You probably need 20% of a deposit now, okay, to get a house. Because the banks aren't as lenient as they were. Because the job market's unsafe. So you're now at risk, because they want 20%. Okay, so that's one of the problems. Also, the stock market, China lost nearly $1 trillion in one day. Okay, people were jumping off buildings. You know, I'm not joking. People were jumping off buildings. Like they have suicide nets installed in some of these offices in China because the stock market crashed. Australia lost 40 billion in 1 week. Yep, 40 billion. Thousands of people lost their fortunes overnight. Years of their life savings gone up in smoke, vanished. Okay. So I'm not saying it's bad. I still invest in the odd thing here and there, but I'm just saying you probably want to. It's going to be very slow. You're going to save a lot of money, and you're probably not going to save 30 grand or more. Okay. What are some other ways? You can start your own business. Same thing. Capital problem. Also, the problem with small business today, it's getting harder and harder for the small guy. Okay. Why? For example, if you want a Red Bull. Okay. Anyone drink a Red Bull before? Yeah.
Yep.
Everyone. Okay. Their finished product, because Red Bull have the monopoly, they've got so much power, it costs them 11 cents to have the can, labeled, everything, full to the brim, 11 cents. If you want to start your own energy drink company today, you cannot buy a can empty with nothing on it for 11 cents. How are you going to compete with Red Bull? And that's just one example. And you might be saying, oh, but I don't like it. I'm not going to do energy. It's the same in all industries. Doesn't matter if you're selling cigarettes, alcohol, whatever it is, okay? So there's some problems for us getting to that wealth factor. It ain't going to come from a job. I'm not saying jobs are bad. Jobs are good because if you've got a job, you know, you're better than automatically 15% of people that don't have a job, okay? And then another 20% coming in out of jobs. So I'm not saying jobs are bad, but I'm just saying it's not going to get you wealthy. It's not going to get you where you want to be. It's not going to get you time free. It's not going to give you that holiday home. You know, it's not going to get you all the desires, the things we want. Nice dinners, all the above, okay? So network marketing, I'm not saying network marketing is the only way to make money. Definitely not saying that, but if you listen to all the financial experts right now, it's pretty clear. I've never seen such a unanimous decision where they're all endorsing network marketing. Everyone from Donald Trump to Warren Buffett, who's the richest man in the world, to Kiyosaki, to Harbeck, all the authors, Bill Clinton, Tony Blair, all people of respect in the elite, world's elite, are endorsing it. Okay, do you think they're playing a big trick on us? I don't think so. Okay, it's almost like yes. They want to see us burn. No, they don't. Okay, so network marketing is a great model because it's very low cost, and the best thing about it is let's just say your career in network marketing goes horribly, and you don't make any money for 6 months. Okay, if you don't make 6 months of the business, what happens? You lose everything. Okay, and you probably spent Depends if you're, even just a basic retail shop, you're probably going to have to put 10, 20 grand in stock, 10, 20 grand fit out, plus the lease. You're going to lose 50 grand like that. Okay, but in network marketing, you can fail, you're still in the game. We don't send you a bill every month. That's why I love network marketing. I didn't make any money in my first 3 months. The mum's in my head, oh, these things don't work. That could be a landscaper. You're a qualified landscaper, Dave. Go back to mowing lawns. Okay, so lucky I didn't take mummy's advice because I was 23. When 23-year-old men take advice from mummy, I think they deserve to be broke. But that's not topic. With the tax tonight. But anyway, so that's how it works. And then surprisingly, network marketing is actually like any other business in the world. And a lot of people have got this misconception on how network marketing works. Is it legitimate? Is it like pyramid selling? What is it? But really, let's think about any business in the world. Let's just say Starbucks. Is there Starbucks on Sunny Coast?
Yeah.
There is? Oh, okay.
Settle down.
I know you guys just got the TV last year. So we've got a Starbucks coffee. Okay, arguably a great product. Let's just say it's a great product. They want to get this out to millions of people, which they do. Okay, so how do they do so? Franchises. Okay. It's a franchise. And they set up more franchises. And what do? They sell a shit ton of coffee. And they want to sell more, they set up more franchises. The problem here is these cost millions of dollars. Okay, just to buy a McDonald's franchise, you're going to be on a waiting list and anywhere from 1 to 8 million to own McDonald's. Okay, pretty expensive. But that's how their model works. And the problem with this is, let's just say you do buy a Starbucks. This guy up top has all the leverage. He makes a percentage on every single Starbucks that ever gets set up in the world. Okay, and he's able to bring on as many new Starbucks as he wants. Make sense? You buy a franchise, can you ring up the owner and say, hey, got my friend Shane, okay, Maddie, they both want to do a Starbucks too. Can I bring them on and make a percentage on them? Can you do that? No. So it's called a one-level system. Okay, guy up top, one level, makes money on one level. No one else, it stops at one level because this person can't bring on another. Make sense? Okay, so I don't think that's a fair system because, well, actually it is fair because this guy at the top founded the company. So I'd argue it is a fair system, yeah? You guys agree? I think it's unfair.
Debatable on the fence.
Debatable on the fence. All right. So how network marketing works? You've got, instead of a coffee, you've got a Super Greens. Okay. So instead of spending millions of dollars, okay, of your money, not their money, millions of dollars on franchises, millions of dollars on commercials, advertising, print, we do what's called a home-based walking, talking franchise. Okay, and all you need is a little cell phone and a laptop. And that's our business model. Okay, and these are walking, talking, testimonial franchise vending machines. Okay, that's what we do. But except that would be a one-level system, which is great. Okay, so these people are all making a decent money. They got their little Super Green sales, making a bit of money. That's the same model as, that's already a better model than, not better, but it's a cheaper model than the franchising, except we don't block people at one level. We give every single person on the tree an opportunity to expand. Okay, so that's why we're called multi-level marketing. Okay, it should just be called multi-level sales because you're getting paid on multiple levels of sales. Okay, so this guy, if he wants, can bring on another level. So that'd be level 2, 4, 5, 6, and so on. Okay, so as you go up the ranks, at first you only get, let's just say that's you get your customer base on board. You know, you might make them, I don't know, only say 150 per week. Not a lot of money. Not really going to change anyone's life drastically, is it? 150 a week.
It's a collection beers.
Exactly. Half bag of blood, no. I didn't say that. But that's not going to make us a fortune. And even if you're really good, so I've had some guys sign up 100 customers personally, okay, which is incredible. I've never done that. They might be making 250 a week, okay, thereabouts. Still not life-changing. Great, $1,000 a month, I'll take it, but I'm probably not going to walk for it, okay? I'll take it though. But now you've got 3 buddies, as we just described. We'll have what percentage of our friends don't have $10,000 in their account? They all need this. They need something else. They need something else to top up that bank. So not everyone's going to do it. Some people aren't skilled enough. Some people you don't like, so you don't want them to do it. Okay. Some people you don't want to have that much to do with. Okay. Some people already rich. Probably 1% of your contacts is already multi-millionaires. They're probably not going to do it either. That middle 90% is who we want. Okay, so if you've got 1,000 friends on Facebook, we're looking for that middle 900. Your buddy at the front still, you know, your 18-year-old friend still at the club every night doing pingers, you know, dealing them at the back. We don't want him. Okay, you don't want those sort of people. They're not ready. Okay, not saying if you've sold pingers you're a bad person, but you're at the wrong stage in your life to do a business. Okay, even a home-based business. Okay, and then those three all get their customers. Okay, and then the great thing is they're not stuck working for you. Okay, you're not their boss. You're not their daddy. Because this guy here, you've only brought on 3. This guy might here go, well, Dave's done 3. I'm a bit sharper than Dave. I'm going to bring on 10. Who's going to make more money? This guy or this guy? The guy with 10. Okay, because it's width times depth. Okay, and so on. And that's how our system works. So this is, in my opinion, the fairest system in the world because it's multi-level, meaning you can make more money because you get paid on more than one level. But also, it's fair because everyone gets to expand. Okay, to unlimited depth. Okay. And obviously, the deeper you go down, the lower the percentage you make. Make sense? Without getting too technical. Because obviously, if everyone got 5% on every single level forever, the company would go under. Okay? So that makes sense? So basically, that's how network marketing works. And, you know, people go, oh, those multi-level things, multi-level's bad. Well, it's like, well, dude, you're working on a 0-level system. That's why you're broke. You've got no leverage. Okay? Your boss is on a 1-level system. That's why he makes a little bit more. That's why he makes 100, you make 50. Okay? So multi-level is actually the thing that sets us free. And we get the opportunity, because this guy here can bring on just as many franchises as Starbucks has. There's reps in network marketing that have 29,000 reps in their team, okay, worldwide. And it can move a lot faster because it's cheap, low start. But the worst thing about our business is, or the best thing about our business is, it's cheap to get in, there's no risk. The worst thing about our business is, it's cheap and there's no risk. Okay, because not enough people have skin in the game. If you guys all put 10 grand into this business, I can guarantee you your production will be double. Why? Because you've got skin in the game. Okay, you don't want to lose that 10 grand. You work that little bit harder. Because there's nothing to lose here, when it gets a bit hard, what do? Oh, my job doesn't suck that bad. I'll just get another credit card. My car doesn't need a heating system. There's nothing wrong with baked beans on toast. Okay, so that's what happens. But this business gives you the ability to expand like a CEO. And you cannot do that in any other business in the world unless you want to be the CEO and come up with a company that will probably cost you $5–10 million if you want to do something big scale that franchises like this. Make sense? So network marketing, in my opinion, is the best shot for the average guy, because I was the average guy. 13 different jobs, sucked at them all, got fired from probably 11 of them. The other 2 I walked just before I got fired just to hold my dignity. Okay? And not a guy that was very respected. Couldn't sell for shit. I'd had multiple sales jobs. I wouldn't have lasted a day at UE. Especially on a Matty. Kick my ass. Okay, so I wasn't a great salesperson, no business experience. I was $20,000 in debt, so I certainly didn't have 10. I needed $20,000 to qualify for broke. Okay, but was able to utilize a vehicle, a company already set up, all the skills already done, have an upline that can do the presenting for you for your first 4 to 8 weeks. Gave me a shot. Didn't make any money my first 3 months, as I said, but in month 4, I got this. I got how to explain it. Because at first, I was doing that A to B thing. I was explaining all the enzymes and all the different roles in protease to lipase and amylase and how you got some in your saliva, but it's not enough to break down the food, and there should be the perfect synergy in the food. And then when you cook the food above 48 degrees Celsius, it kills all that, creates an imbalance. You only break down half the food. It sits here, it ferments, putrefies, and goes off. We don't absorb the nutrients, we absorb the rot. That's why I feel tired. And I used to give people a science lesson. That's why I made no money. Because people are running from the hills. Okay? But when I got the whole A to B thing, okay, hey, to ignore it, just you want to feel healthy, you want to feel good, you don't want to be craving sugar and eating shit all day, take this product, it's going to change your life. Started talking in terms of highest values, I got it. When I started telling the people about the business, because I kept trying to explain the business, I was like, look, it's like any other business in the world. Instead of setting up franchises, we set up home-based, laptop, phone-based businesses, and it's virtually free. $50 on it for the business. Okay, buy some products. And then people started to get it, and they go, isn't that a pyramid? I go, how's it any different to franchising except it's fair because it's multi-level. And on a franchise, you're stuck at the bottom of one level. You're like, oh, I never thought of it like that. I got it. So I got how to simplify it, basically. So the worst thing that held me back in my first 3 months is I was too smart for my own good. So I was reading all the books. Oh my God, this is going to be awesome. And signed up no one. So 3 months of no sales hurts the ego. Okay. But month 4, got it, got my confidence. And before I knew it, I had a team of 5 reps. Personally, I had maybe 7 or 8 customers, and those 5 reps got it a little bit faster than me. But the best thing is I did a lot of presentations for them. And then they did presentations for their team. And literally I went from having nothing for my first 3 months to the end of month 4, I filled a room with 100 people. We did a dinner. And what was that? At the Docklands in Melbourne. So I just went, oh, I was like, holy shit, this thing works. And then obviously lots of ups and downs. It didn't go from 100 to 500 to 1,000 like that. Unfortunately, it's the normal way of business, okay? Lots of learning, things to experience. But that's basically how the model works. And if you can learn to simplify it, like I sort of, well, it's probably not that simple, but if you can learn to simplify it and just play to get showing people, and people go, I don't know about this little marketing thing. It's like, I didn't like this little marketing thing either, but hey, I didn't want to be dead broke working for someone else for 40 hours a week. I'd rather do something I don't like and be rich. And it's funny, you tend to like it because you get to see you're freeing people from their health enslavement, their job enslavement, financial enslavement, and it becomes a lot of fun. And then, my favorite TV show is The Entourage. Anyone watched it? I watched it maybe 6 or 7 times, back to front. And I was like, this is how I can live that life. I can work with my best buddies. We can make big money. And that's what happened. My top 5, 6 guys that we got started, all my best mates, don't work jobs anymore. All made at least 6 figures, some multiple, some triple or quadruple 6 figures, living a pretty cool life. Okay, we might not be movie stars, but we're going all right. Okay, so that's what I saw, and that's when I started getting really addicted to this business and seeing what you can do for not only yourself but for others. So that's how that works. Basically, to really summarize the skills you need in this business, this triangle signifies it the best. So you've got 3 things: IC, EC, SS. All you new people, you know what that is? Okay. So IC is your internal communication. What does that mean? Your self-talk. What you say to yourself. What you're saying to yourself in a dark room is determining your success right now. So if your internal dialogue is, the life's not fair, money's hard, only the rich people make money. If you didn't go to a good school, you're not going to make money. Are you going to make any money? No. If you say, hey, all the billionaires in the world, virtually all self-made, if I can just work hard, come up with a good idea, follow the path of the people for me, do you think you got a shot? Definitely. Okay, so your internal communication is huge, which is also your belief. My internal communication is I know this industry works. Why? I've done a bit of homework. It does $178 billion per year. So my belief around the industry is extremely high, obviously. Okay, so my self-talk is, do you think the industry works or doesn't work? It works. If my opinion was, I still don't know if this industry thing works, do you think I'm going to sell many sets? No. None. Okay, so you're going to get your internal communication right, and we give you a lot of that material. We give you a lot of audio, and I think the best part of doing network marketing is not the money, is not the free time, is not necessarily the friendship or the health, but it's actually the self-development you get. Because before I got involved in network marketing, I hated being broke. And I was like Googling books, but I could never find it. Like I was just Googling random mates, I didn't know it was good. But when I come into your health, being around all these people that are reading, going to seminars, developing their skills, mindset, leadership, belief, I was like, this is it for me. And I grew a lot as a person because 4 years ago, I was still living on mum and dad's basement, stealing coins from behind the couch. Okay, my first presentation, I was so scared, my hand was shaking like this and I couldn't even talk. So I sat there up on board and I went to draw, and I couldn't talk or draw, and then I went and got water, come back, and eventually I blabbled something out. All right, so internal communication, then your external communication. Okay, what's that?
Body language.
Body language is part of it, yeah.
Way you dress.
People
Yeah,
around
the way
What
you
you
dress.
say to people.
People around you.
What you say to people, it's more not
Language.
what you say, it's
Language.
how you say it. Because we all talk to people, yeah?
Yeah.
So some of us don't do it very well. Okay? You've got to learn how to talk to people. And that's one of the most important parts of life. If you want to be, and if you've read the book Think and Grow Rich, where they studied the most successful people in the planet, all the billionaires, and all the guys that own the oil and steel manufacturing and whatnot companies, and they said the number one thing why they were successful wasn't their technical knowledge, wasn't their work ethic. It was people like them. Okay, so you've got to create an external communication, learn how to talk to people, and a big part of it is backtracking what I did before. If you're trying to sell people super greens and throw it down their throat, that's not a good external communication style. Okay, it's called spam. Okay, except not over email, your physical spam. Okay, but when you start to talk to people in their highest values, ask about them. We teach you all this basic stuff. Business becomes a lot easier. Okay, why? Because you don't get negative responses. Okay, business is always harder. If you're getting a lot of no's and heavy objections, business ain't as enjoyable. But when you learn how to talk to people and use the right language, okay, and no one objects to you and people don't oppose you, it becomes a lot easier and enjoyable. So we want to get you all to that, but generally, like, this is why when we take you through a training, we're there to sort of watch your external communication at the start, because often all the things that you think are going to be really good aren't so good. For example, I had this girl that was offending all of her friends. She couldn't figure out why. She's like, yeah, they're all like not talking to me. And I'm like, I've spoken to like 1,000 people about this business and not one of them doesn't talk to me anymore. What is she doing wrong? And she didn't even realize it was just one thing. She's like, well, now I'm doing network marketing and, you know, I know you're struggling. I want to help you. And she was basically saying, even though she hadn't made any money in network marketing yet, she was basically saying, now I'm saved and you're struggling and I feel sorry for you. I want to help you. That's what the external communication was. And she couldn't figure it out. She's like, oh my God, the girls won't talk to me. And I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't talk to you either. Who do you think you are? Okay. So I'm like, I'm going to change that language. And then we've had someone else that's like, oh, hey, I want to talk to you. I want you in my team. No one wants to be in your team. They want to build their own business. They want to create their own results. They don't want to pay off your Ferrari. They got their own problems. Okay, so just little things like this we pick up pretty quickly, just some external language things that we don't even know, really piss people off. Okay, ask your girlfriend, she'll know all, or boyfriend, they'll know all your external communication flaws. I hate the way you say that. Okay, so you'll pick up on that, but that's what we really take you through. And then we've got the skills and system. Okay, so this is part of the system. This is just like a training. Okay, so we have trainings every week. So when there's new people coming in, we're helping them through all the things we're struggling with, okay? Because there's so many new people here, you guys aren't struggling with much yet because you haven't started, okay? But you will, trust me, you'll be struggling with things. And we basically teach you all the basics, help you basically miss all the pitfalls that are causing you to get a bad response. Okay, and, what else is part of the system? So really, any business, who works a job right now? All of us? Do you guys have like a staff meeting every week? Daily? Who's got daily? A lot of us. Weekly? Monthly? What's our monthly? Okay, so we do the same thing, except we call it an organization meeting. Okay, and the good thing is we're from home-based business. Most teams in my organization, they do it just on Google Hangout. Okay, it's basically just a review and plan. Same thing I'm guessing you guys do with your staff meetings now, yeah? Review the week before, plan the week ahead, check tiles, yeah, all that basic shit. Okay, we do the same thing. Okay, then we have a presentation, which can be done in a home, can be done with 5 people. I've been to houses with 100 people, and I've been to events with 400 people. Wherever, depending on which location you're in, that's what we bring people to see the presentation. However, is that the only way? No, you can talk to them one-on-one, you can go to Starbucks. There's many ways you can present the business, okay? This is just one way. I personally, and you know, if you're gonna do the business, you need to think about how am I gonna, if I was to do this business, how would I approach my first 10 friends? Some of you guys are like, yep, I just want to do one-on-one. And just me, they trust me, they respect me, I'm just doing one-on-ones. Some of you guys is like, no, my friends think I'm a loser. I need Shane at all my meetings. Cool. Shane will come to probably 8 or 9 meetings with you, or whoever your upline is, okay? Or you can bring them to the big presentation if you're like, yep, my friends are really social animals, they like the camaraderie, they like the energy, we'd rather do a presentation. My advice is do all the above, okay? I built my first 5 reps all one-to-one, but then they all did it through a big presentation. And that worked for them, but it didn't work for me. Okay, so whatever works. And then we've already just talked about the training. So that's all the system is. An org meeting, online, come to a presentation once a week, and you want to come to these trainings to upskill all of the things you're doing, okay? Because it's going to take time to develop all your skills to where they need to be, okay? And really, as far, I'm not going to go through every skill, but there's only 3 sides to the business, okay? There's bringing them in, which is what we call the invite. Number 2 is the presentation, which I just mentioned. Number 3 is we train people up. Okay, everything can be broken down into those 3. Okay, and I almost want you to skip number 1. Okay, the biggest problem I've seen in the business, because I've been traveling around the last few months and watching all the teams Australia-wide, worldwide, what they're struggling with. The biggest thing people struggle with is the invite. Okay, the reason I believe it is we're too focused on the invite. The invite doesn't matter. The only goal of the invite is to get a presentation. So my advice for you guys that are in the business is just go straight for the presentation. The invite will kind of take care of itself. So the problem is we're all going, oh, I've got this business opportunity. It's really cool. I saw it 3 months ago and it's gone well and I've started. I want to build a team and the products are great and you can make this money and people making 6 figures and 10 figures, great, blah, 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 blah. Okay? and we wonder why we're overselling, we're overthinking. Oh, what do I say? What do I say to trick them? How do I trick them into just buying? That's what we're thinking. They're not tricks, a bad word. The best thing is to just go for a presentation. You go, Shane, when are you free to catch up? I want to chat about this new business. And if he opposes, what is it? Explain it when I get there. Let me just send you something. Give you a brief overview of what it's all about. And that's where we send one of our articles, videos, tools, or third-party validation. Okay? So that's what I recommend. And you almost skip one of the steps of the business. And again, if your external communication is good and you're friendly, you're not too salesy, you speak like you normally do, you're going to get to a lot more presentations. Okay? Because the biggest mistake I'm seeing is people are chewing through 50 invites. I'm like, how was your week? I'm like, awesome. Did my 50 invites. Great. How many presentations did you get? Oh, none yet, but I've got like 10 in the works. Cool. All right, next week we'll go back. How was your week? Awesome. Another 50 invites. How many presentations? Still got a few in the mix. 6 months later, they haven't done any presentations, but they've been busy, Okay? I'd rather you do one invite and get one presentation than 50 invites with none. Make sense? Maths 101. I did pass that at school. Okay? So, presentations, you just want to get to that as fast as possible. Are all people just going to show up and listen to it? No. Some are going to need more questions. Some are going to say, hey, sure. One of the external communication things I use, because I know if I sense that my friend's feeling sold to or pressured or hesitant, I just go, look, Shane, come check it out. Might not be for you, but I want you to check this thing out. What's hot? We'd love to do it together. But hey, it's not for you. You can maybe help me out, send people my way. You're basically relieving the tension, the stress tension, or the sales tension that's there. Make sense? So that's just an external communication technique that really makes people feel comfortable. Okay? Because the thing is, if you're feeling like you're pressuring your friends, they're going to feel like they can't do it because they don't want to pressure their friends. So it's called duplication. People only do the business if they say, hey, that was pretty cool and cruisy, I would do it too. That's probably the most powerful thing. I can do it too, and let's do this together are the two most powerful combos in this business. You've always got to talk about let's do this together, okay? Because it is a team. It's not your employee and boss. I'm not anyone's boss, okay? I just know a few things about a few things and can help you make a little bit of money. Make sense? All right, so we want to fast track that presentation as fast as possible. If it's just a customer, we might not need to catch up for presentation. We may be able to just say, hey, just got in this new company. Are you interested in trying out some products? Sure, what is it? We can have a bit of a chat, maybe do it over the phone. A lot of people just get customers over the phone. Up to you. You might want to catch up. That's cool. Okay? Then with the presentation, as I said, you can do one-on-one, two-on-one. You can do a one-on-one and get the third party after the phone. So for example, what I do recommend is if you do want to do a one-on-one with someone, make sure you get the third party in there. If you like, for example, you might say, look, my friend Shane and me, we've been friends forever. If Matt comes along, it's just gonna be weird. I just want to chat to him one-on-one. That's cool. You can do that. I'm not saying you can't do any meetings without an upline there. What I am saying is afterwards, make sure you get Shane on the phone to Matt. Okay, because you need the third party. Third party in business is the most powerful tool. I've been in 3 or 4 business meetings, non-your health related, in the last month, and I thought I was going for a one-on-one in all of them. And guess what? How many rocked up? Why? Do you think that was just a mistake? No, it's good business practice. It works. 2 perspectives, double the support, so many psychological factors that really help the process along. Does that make sense? And also, unfortunately, your friends probably, if you're not rich, your friends don't respect you. And there's probably a little bit of ego too. Especially if your friends think they're better than you and you've got a business opportunity for them. What do you know about business? I'm the hot shot in this group. I get all the girls. You ain't got any money. Okay, so that's where the upline really comes in. Okay, because when I got started, same thing, but I didn't have an upline. I was in Australia by myself. If you guys didn't know, I was the first in Australia. So what I did was all the one-on-ones. They didn't respect me. I said, well, look, speak to my buddy Dan. I've just been at his house in Columbus, Ohio, for the last couple of months. Good dude, very successful. Have a chat with him on Skype tonight. I'll hook it up. And that's how I built my business. See, that third party helped me get people over the line. Because if anyone actually signed up to my 14th career in 5 years, I'd probably laugh at them. Okay? But with a third party, I was able to do it. Okay? So that's what we want to do, as many presentations as possible, and then that expands onwards. And then lastly, once they do get started, most people, and also one more thing with the presentation, understand most people get started in all business, all sales, from the 3rd to 8th point of contact. So the odds of you closing on the spot are pretty low, maybe 5%, 10%. I had a few that just go, yeah, sounds good, let's give it a crack. I've got nothing to lose, makes sense. You'll get 10% like that. That are just yes men, yeah, we'll give it a shot. Okay, What's the worst that can happen? Exactly. Let's give it a go. But the rest, you're probably going to have to follow up with, set up another meeting, bring in an upline, bring them to the next training, bring them to the next webinar, bring them to the next event. We call it BAM FAM. Book a meeting from a meeting. Okay? That's how it's a process. Business is generally a process, especially this business, because it's not a one-time sale. You're not just selling a TV. You're joining a partnership. Okay, so it's important that they don't feel like they're just a sale. Make sense? Because you're going to hopefully, if you guys do well, you'll have a 10, 20-year career partnership with this person. So you don't want to treat them like you're not a used car salesman. We're not going to use NLP, hypnosis, and all those things to hard close, because it won't work long term, because this is your partner, not a one-time sale that you're never going to see again, and you can push him to the point where he just about punches you. Which is what I guess they teach you, Yui. All right. So that's pretty much our business model. I don't want to talk too much more drawings because I'll confuse a lot of you guys that are new. Any questions on all this for anyone at this stage? Does it come all the way from Harvey Bay? You're going to have a question. A long drive back to come up with all your questions on the way back. You guys have been in the business how long?
A month so far.
Okay, and what's the biggest challenge? I don't want to hear about your successes because I know you're doing okay, but I don't want to fuck that up for you. Go on there. So I'm more like, what are your problems? What are your biggest challenges that you have in the marketplace up there?
People just like to ignore me now.
Yeah.
Because at the start, they're very aggressively just going, it's nuts. I'm just letting it out for a little while before I start talking to them again. So,
So your external communication was a little bit aggressive? Yeah.
Too aggressive. Way too aggressive. Let's talk too much.
Yeah.
And so now I'm just letting that filter out and talking to the people I haven't talked to before and hanging on steady.
Yeah. Okay, good. So the good thing about that is now when your new reps start off, you know to just warn them, hey, don't go too crazy. Okay.
Right.
But also people have very short memories.
Yeah.
So I've been in the business 4 years now. I think every 3 months I sign up a new person that I spoke to 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So the funny thing is, if you asked me after my first 3 months when I got no one and said, Dave, how's your numbers gone? I'll be like, horrible. I spoke to 250 people, I haven't got one.
Yeah.
0% ratio. You'd say it's a horrible 3 months. Yeah. It was actually that 3 months got me rich. I just can't pay for it yet. Because all those seeds that was planted, after 6 months, I now had 5 out of 250 of those first 250. 12 months in, I probably had 7. 2 years in, 10. By now, I've probably got 20, 25. Which 10% ratio is incredible in sales.
Yeah.
If you can sell 10% of people you talk to in any business, you're probably pretty fucking wealthy. Okay? But what's the problem with 10% sales that most people don't want to deal with?
No.
That's 90% of people not getting started. But you've got to be okay with that. Okay? And the best psychology, some people get so offended when someone says no, you've got to separate. They're not saying no to you. You've got to use it as a third party and be like, look, and you create a third party object. And instead of you going, hey, do you want to join your health with me? And the object's me. And then when they say no, we get offended as a person.
Yeah.
You need to separate and go, look, really want you to check out this your health thing. It's something I'm doing, something we could do together. It's amazing. And then if they say no, it's like, okay, cool. Yeah, so what are you up to this weekend? See the difference?
Yeah.
But people get so psychological. Oh, I said no, they don't think these things work. I'm so offended. I'm insulted. Yeah, we can't be too precious. It's a third party, okay? But that's good, that's normal. What do I say on that? No, but just re-contact them 3, 6, 12 months. Every month you're in the business, it becomes more legitimate.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, how many people do we know with an ab swing that never got out of the box and sitting under the bed? Yeah. We got one at home. I think I used it once, and my mum bought it. She never used it. I used it once. Okay? But that's why people are very skeptical, which is smart. People being skeptical is a smart thing. So people get so upset when someone's skeptical and asking all these questions. I'm like, this could be my best work. It's actually fucking thinking.
Yeah.
They're thinking about how to build a business, all the potential problems, pitfalls. Okay? However, you'll get 5% of those people that are asking questions are just trying to be a dick. Trying to be smart, whatever. But you'll get a bit of both. Okay? What else? What are the biggest challenges you guys have out there?
That's just it. I mean, I'm taking real steady now, just focusing on these two and make sure they don't make the same things that I did. Alongside of talking to other people around the place that I think would benefit from and that sort of thing.
Cool. Well, that's very normal stuff. You guys have done quite well, so you guys don't have too many problems yet. So, but I'll come.
They will.
One of the boys was saying he's finding the right time to sort of bring it up.
Yep.
And whatnot. And I was sort of said, there's no right to sort of get them to ask you. He said it has happened, but they sort of just bypass it.
Yeah.
Is that just purely because there's not enough in it for them, they're not seeing the value.
Yeah, two things. Or if you, it sounds like if you're trying to just like slip it in, your external communication can be very fake. So I'm like, oh hey Josh, how's your week? How's your job? You liking it? Thinking about quitting soon? Your boss is an asshole, right? You know? So some people are very fake, and it's very like, yeah. So you just gotta be natural and find the lingo that works for you. And that's why you got to practice a little bit. So for me, I used to feel very sick in the guts around closing. I was like, I didn't know how to close. And I was like, and it was like, I didn't know how to say it. I was like, couldn't go. And the entrepreneur said, put $100 so next time. Yeah, so, you know, so I was just like skimming over it. Because to me, that sort of money was just like, I was $20,000 in debt. You know, $200 seemed like a fortune for me. You know, I found $2 in my pocket. I was like, great day, you know. So, but what I did was found a way that was comfortable for my personality. And my favorite close ended up being, well, at the end of the day, we've got nothing to lose. We want to give it a crack. Very friendly, want to give it a crack. Now, that probably might not work. For example, some of you girls might not say that. Okay? But that's what worked for me. And it become very comfortable. And then a lot of people go, yeah, I'll give it a go. And that was my in. But, so it's the same with an invite. You've just got to find your groove, and whether it's a one-line or like, but that's why I always like we talk.
Yeah.
Mate, I want to talk about this business, something we could do together was my in for everything. It's something we can team up on. I want to chat to you about something we can do. We. That we language was my magic. That's how I got through. But it was legitimate too. And the reason I could do that is I didn't talk to my friends that I didn't want to do business with.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't be able to say we. We're going to kill it. Okay? So I always talk to reasonable people. I didn't go to my millionaire friends. Not that I had many. I didn't associate with people like me. But I did talk to people who were doing okay. And I'm like, oh, we can, you know, something we should look at. And that helped me through. But everyone's language, if that works for me, someone might feel really uncomfortable saying that. So I can give you my scripts, but it's got to come from within. It's just got to be comfortable. It's got to come from your own language, what you really feel. And for some people, it might be leading with the products. There's nothing wrong with leading with the products. Yeah. Everyone's different. You just got to be your most authentic self is going to get the best result, because people aren't going to feel awkward.
Yeah.
So, but everyone's going to face. A lot of people face that problem. It's good. And that's where role play. It's good.
Yeah.
What else? What else have we got problems with?
Is that how you got comfortable with money? Because you were quite uncomfortable with it?
Comfortable with money?
Like,
well, fortunately, because I just started making more,
yeah.
you see money as less. So now I've got the opposite problem. I don't value money. So I burn through that much fucking money
Yeah.
on stupid shit. And I'm like, if I'm going to call for a refund on $100, I'm like, if I'm going to sit on that phone for 20 minutes, I'm like, they can have it. You know, so I've got the opposite problem now. So it's just law of association. I was reading that much stuff from all these people making 20, 30 times what I'm making. So it just changes your thinking patterns. When you're reading the books and lives and hanging around people that are making 6, 7, 8 figures a year, your psychology changes very quick. And then your language changes very quick. Then you start bringing in money instead of repelling it like I used to, because I was the world's corrupt. We all live in this world. We're all stuck in the matrix. All the rich are rich, and we're all getting poorer. So I was deflecting money with my language and belief systems, which is all about your internal communication.
Yeah.
So law of association is the most powerful changer of your internal dialogue. So if you're hanging around losers, I can already know how you think. You know, if you're hanging around if you're hanging around 4 broke people, I can guarantee you'll be the 5th. They all have the same thought patterns. Okay, fat people all think the same way. Fit people, fitness models all think the same way. Shit, can't have those carbs after 5. Cover my bottom hand. Fat people all think the opposite. I've been good this week. 1 more won't hurt. I'm going to start my diet tomorrow. That's all internal communication. We can tell someone's internal communication by looking at the result. The result's just a byproduct of this. So that's why we need to surround ourselves. And I was living with mum and dad who they weren't super negative, but they were at me, you know. So I just listened to a lot of stuff, read a lot of books. I used to go to a lot of seminars, free seminars, because I didn't want to pay for them. And what's the problem with free seminars?
So
They're free, but they pitch you their $10,000 product for an hour of it. But that worked for me. I was just around that new environment, and I started thinking better, started speaking better, started getting more money. Life started to become a little bit better, and then your set point changes. So, yeah, that's definitely the best thing you can do for your wealth. It's just that. Even if and I know a lot of people are maybe married to someone negative. I'm not saying leave them. What I'm saying is make sure the other 4 voices you're hearing most are wealthy. So audios, books, You know, I'm not saying sell your family on the black market, but what else? Any other?
Invite for tonight, for example.
Yep.
The guy that's, pretty switched on.
Yep.
Probably does have a bit going at the moment.
Yep.
So he's too busy to come along.
Yep.
So obviously 101.
Well, 101 of time, busyness is basically what they're saying without saying it is, I'm interested, but it's about number 25 on my priority list right now. Okay, so that's the problem. So really it's just saying they don't see the value yet. Or there's absolutely no pain. So if you look at my A to B point, if someone's already at point B, probably don't have a business opportunity for them. Okay, but I don't know too many people at point B. But there's a belief problem. So you got to just find, and the thing about this industry is it's funny. Everyone has that aha moment that's different. For me, it was I went to the annual event and saw all these average people making big incomes, and I'm like, they can do it, so can I. And I walked out of there, that was it, decided. Some people will see that Warren Buffett's bought for them and go, that's my hero. He endorses this, I'm all in. So everyone's got their own aha moment, and unfortunately, you can never know what's going to make someone click. Another big one for me was reading the Paul Zane Pilsner article that said there's going to be 10 million new millionaires created through health-based network marketing companies. And I was like, I have to be in the top 10 million? Sweet, I can do that. Probably not going to make the top 10, but I can make the first 10 million. I ain't that retarded. No, that's like dead rate. But yeah, that was pop for me too. And I just kept, and every time I face challenges, I'd go, just be part of that 10 million, just be part of that 10 million. Keep going, because the other 10 million that fail are going to drop off. I'm sticking around. So that popped for me, but everyone's different. And some people will just, maybe they think these products, they don't really get the products, and they just saw the 8-week challenge and go, oh, this is another one of those, detox teas or juice bullshit. Won't be here in 12 months. Not going to tell me that crap, is he? And it might take them seeing a video on the products and go, oh, you guys actually sell real shit. Okay, I should try it. So you just never know what's going to be that waking moment for someone.
So you suggest try a few different angles over time.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a spam
Yeah. Just repeat it. Yeah. You don't want to be that. The biggest problem with network marketing is everyone becomes the network marketing pest, where all we talk about is your health, your health, your health. Someone posts, oh, I don't love my work. Oh, you should have been on your health. Relax. So you got to be a little bit cooler. It's kind of like trying to pick up the opposite sex. If you call them 25 times in a row, you get the restraining order, not a root. So.
You get 25 roots.
So it's the same sort of game, So you got to drip feed and be tactful. And again, it's just an external communication style. And sometimes the best thing, if you read my book, I call it the locker room speech. And I did a meeting with a guy that hadn't read the book, brand new, and his friend wasn't really interested. And they're both soccer referees. They're both wanting to travel and do the World Cup and whatnot. But because they work jobs, they can never do the Asian stuff where they're going to get the experience and whatnot. So his mate kept saying, no, he goes, bro, we want to both be doing the World Cup. He goes, we both are talented enough, but we can't because we're stuck at 9 to 5. He goes, let's fucking do this. He goes, then we're free. Then if we got to call in Asia, we can go to Asia. We get a job in Africa, we can go to Africa. We'll get on the list, and this can help us get there. And the guy goes, yeah, you're right. I'll give it a crack. So sometimes the bro to bro or sister to sister chat can work, because it's kind of like just cutting from the A to B. You're cutting through all the sales bullshit and the products and the presentation and just going straight and say, this is how it is. Sometimes that works really well because it's just a good external communication method. But you can't get everyone. Some people, maybe it's not enough pain, I don't know the scenario, but all you can do is all you can do. And as long as you try, but don't piss them off too bad, we're all happy.
What do you think the hardest thing in starting is, like in your first, say, 3-4 months?
Just getting your belief, because I've got a huge belief because I've gone through the material many times over. So my belief, and also what's hard is while you don't have a lot of belief, the marketplace is actually going to give you more objections. I don't get any objections anymore because basically, without getting too sciencey, when you're certain, it comes out in the tone in your voice, your eyes, your pupils, your body language, your posture, everything, and the subconscious picks up on it. So humans only prey on the weak, just like a lion goes for the weakest hyena. They go for the strongest one. Why cause yourself more problems? So you're going to get that. So when you're brand new and you don't have a lot of belief, people sense it. So you're going to get a lot of objections, a lot of people, But when you're confident, so it's just being able to stick through that gap and build your confidence. And then not only do you get better, the marketplace gets easier. This is scientifically proven. It's not a myth. But that's definitely the big one. And the best way to overcome that is just get through the material really quickly. So, if I was to start again, knowing what I know now, and I started tonight, I would go home tonight and watch two or 3 hours just worth of product, industry, company stuff, take notes and go, gonna use that. That's what I did, you know, and go over that a few nights late at night, and you just get all your little facts and all your backing and credibility, and that gives you the posture. So if someone says, oh, these things don't work, it's like it's $178 billion industry, started in 1950. I think it's legit. The feds, they know about it. It's all good. So go back to CSI and find someone else.
So it's more or less similar to selling a product, just knowing the product and knowing the industry that you work in, more or less.
Helps a lot. Yeah. But the good thing is with this system, which no one does enough, is you've got an upline to really utilize in those first 8 weeks. So your first 8 weeks should be an apprenticeship. And some people are going to take a lot longer than 8 weeks, but it's a good set point as, look, you got me for 8 weeks, I'll help you do all your meetings and conversations, and then let the person fly. But it doesn't always happen. But yeah, go through the information, gives you your, you don't have to, but again, you can't share all the information, you just have to know it for your own confidence levels. So that's what I find is the people that do the research and a bit of homework have the belief, they get the results, they got more posture, and that's the fastest way to success, in my opinion, is just gathering that info as fast as possible. And you know, it took me 4 months to really get it all. You could probably do it in 1 month and have maybe not the confidence I have now. Like you can't, you can skip some, you can condense experience time, but you can't skip it. So you can't, 4 years of experience, you can't get that in 2 years. It'll probably take, you might be able to get it in 2 years, you can condense it to 2 years, but you can't get 4 years of experience in 4 months, no matter how much you practice. Just like, you know, so all you can do is all you can do. But yeah, you're a pretty good start. If you just do the homework, look over all the backing, like you'll be, I remember reading all the backing. This is, who wouldn't do this? And obviously, it doesn't matter how good something you have, not everyone's gonna, because logically, it makes sense. No risk, everyone's endorsing it, big industry, people use health, 75% of people use health supplements anyway. So logically, it's a no-brainer. The problem is we deal with human emotions and human internal communication. 20 years of victim programming, poor me, poor little Dave. All over against me. You know, and that takes time to get rid of. But you know, my upline was good too. Like when I got started, I was there's no rep that here today as negative as I was. And I was, you know, back then it was $80 shipping, and I was just arrogant. I was like, tell them to come back to me when they drop the shipping and they're serious. You know, and then I'm like, I don't want all these other products. Just give me the grains. I'm gonna sell the grains. I don't want any of this other shit. So stuff, and then I'm like, $250. I don't know, $250. And what got me was my upline just reframed it and goes, he goes, you look up to Donald Trump, Warren, Richard Branson, yeah? I'm like, yeah. He goes, do you think they'd be looking over $200, or they think they'd see it as an investment to create a fortune? And I was just like, I'm a pussy. Bought and bought a product that minute. I went online and bought it. So I was like, so I had a good upline. It just gave me a bit of tough love without being hey Dave, you're a fucking tough guy. Like he wasn't that bad, but he just gave me a nice little insult, a friendly insult, and it was good. You need the tough love sometimes, but it was a friendly way where I wasn't, you know, pissed off by him either. So the old tough love works for life. You can do it in a, you know, cheeky sort of friendly manner. So definitely use that. What's the time? How long are we going?
You're gonna hang around for a moment?
Depends on where you guys can film. If we all bring one guest, yes. It's easy. You just bring one person in 24 hours. Are you doing it here?
Yeah. Well, like I said, we're gonna do a preso again tomorrow night here. It's not going to be in-depth training. It's not going to be like this.
Yeah.
It's just going to be a presentation on the products, and the business goes for half an hour max.
Yeah.
If I'll get numbers tomorrow, if we don't get the numbers that I think we can get, obviously there's no point having the man himself here. It's it.
But last thing I'll say is, you know, we've been working at this since we first heard about it, nearly 4 years, and we only finished the foundation of the company, product registration with the government and everything last year. And this year we've really figured out all the training. We're very clear on how this thing works. So you're at a great time, and we're really building this the right way. You know, where when we started, it was a lot of hype and bells and whistles, you know, smoke and whistles and whatnot, but smoke and mirrors. But I believe this will be the biggest health company in Australia. You know, Network Marketing has the biggest supplement companies in the world. Herbalife's the biggest supplement company in the world, 10 times bigger than all the retail giants. Why is it so big? Why is it not on shelves? The ones on shelves don't make any money. Not any money, but they make limited money, okay? So network marketing is growing. Why? Because the economy is falling to shit. Health's getting worse and worse. So the combination of network marketing and health And I believe, there's only a handful of companies with a real product that people are going to keep buying. I'm not going to mention any companies, but there's some companies that grew 50 million last year, but it's pretty much crashed because no one keeps buying it. It's not a long-term consumable product. It's a one-time thing, one-time hit. Lose 30 pounds in 30 days, and then no one keeps buying it. So we've got a real product that people keep needing, keep using, which is why I see long-time success in it, and why I think it's a great wealth creation vehicle for you. And not just wealth, but the time, the money, the friends, the influence, the personal growth, all the above. It's a pretty incredible model if you can make it work. You choose anything to, we're all past, none of us are going to be a pro athlete, I'm guessing. You're not going to be a pro athlete. I think this is the best job in the world. That was my only thing I'd rather do if I was born again. Be a pro athlete. If I couldn't do a pro athlete, I'd master network marketing, because I think lifestyle, time, it's the best job. Like I live in a incredible home. I don't have any stress. I wake up when I want, wake up inspired, full of energy every day, work with my best friends, travel as much as I want, set my own schedule. And there's no one else, no one, and not to brag, but there's no one at 27 making my income working from home doing not much. Okay. So it's a great, if you can master this, it's an incredible model, not just for you, but your friends, family, all the above. So I highly recommend, if you do it, to really go all out and learn it, because it's definitely worthwhile if you can figure it out. But it's not easy. That's the catch. It takes time, internal communication, and your basic skills. So that's it for me then. Thank you.
So yeah, guys, Dave's gonna be around for another 10 minutes here. We're gonna grab a burger at Grill. You're more than happy to join us. We're gonna take enzymes too. But like I said, Dave's gonna be here tomorrow. We've got a meeting between 11:30 and probably 12:30, and that's it for the day. So if you have the day off, or if you want us to talk to any people for you that want to meet him, we will go talk. If you think you can get one person each here tomorrow night, Dave will stay. He will stay and do the presentation. There's nothing more powerful than seeing the guy on TV actually here in the room being real and raw. There's nothing more powerful. It doesn't happen very, very often. So
I don't swear in a real presentation. Mum and dad.
But it's not going to be this. It's going to be about products and the business, half an hour max. Right. This is more so about the business, the training, the how. All sweet. Hang around if you like. Have a chat to Dave. Introduce yourself to Dave. Any questions about the products or business, again, go to the guys that brought you here as well. But that's it from us. Can you send me, you guys got my numbers, or the people who brought you here the numbers, can you just send them a message tomorrow regarding if we can get people here again? And obviously Dave will stay. If not, all good, we're going to run one anyway. It's just that Dave won't be here. It'll just me, myself, Dion, the guys that have been in business for 3 or 4 months running it. Which is probably better than Dave anyway, that's all right.
Students become the master.
All good, guys. And again, a big thank you, Dave. Thank you.